Hello, Raleigh, and welcome to Your Backyard Fine Arts Edition. I'm Robert Courts, and I'll be your host for the next 12 to 15 minutes as we take this special opportunity to sit down with Lauren Brady Kennedy of Theatre Raleigh. Hello, Lauren.
Hi, actually, it's Lauren Kennedy Brady, but
That's not really important now, is it, Lauren? But in all seriousness, Lauren is here. Kennedy Brady is here with Theatre Raleigh, which has been around since 2005, reinvented in 2014, and now reinventing again due to the COVID situation. Lauren, thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you so much for having me. You look so dapper this morning.
Thank you. Thank you. I really miss the theater and going out in live person. It is driving me crazy to be sitting in the house. But
I hear you. That's why we're trying to create this new theater venue. As you can see, I'm sitting in it right now. Got a little bit of spare room.
I'm very excited to hear about that. But would you take just a couple minutes and give us the background of the Theatre Raleigh, please?
Yeah, sure, of course. Well, Theatre Raleigh, like you said, was established in 2005 as Hot Summer Nights, and we primarily performed at the Duke Energy Center for the Performing Arts for many years. I took over Hot Summer Nights in 2009 and have been running it ever since. And then we became a nonprofit in 2014. And we've just been growing and growing and growing. And we sort of grew out of the Duke Energy Center. We were in the small black box theater in the back. And we just felt like we were a little bit limited in what we could do in terms of our programming and our ability to host other events or other companies or sell concessions or, wine and beer and all that. Right. So we wanted to have our own space. And during COVID, we found ourselves with not much to do, all our productions canceled, and financially having a really tough time to figure it out. And so something that we had been hoping to do anyway, just kicked us into high gear. And so we found this space and we're, full steam ahead, creating the new era of Theatre Raleigh.
Well, that's awesome. I really love the way the local arts are rebooting and finding ways to reestablish and continue to serve the community. Where is the theater located now, Lauren?
So we're in North Raleigh. We're on Old Wake Forest Road. It's between Atlantic and Capitol. It's really it's been an up-and-coming neighborhood for a long time, but I think it's really convenient for people coming from Wake Forest or Chapel Hill or Rollsville or North Raleigh, of course. And for folks inside the Beltline, those fancy folks, it's just right up Capitol, no big deal.
Right. And Atlantic's kind of the secret back way.
It's not so secret anymore, by the way. There's a lot of traffic on Atlantic these days, but yes, you're right.
So we got a new venue and you have some new concepts. You were mentioning earlier about some hybrid ideas you have. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. We're creating, because we can only have a few people in the room, this space that we've created it was originally a church. And so there's this huge sort of sanctuary room where all the chairs were taken out. It's about 10,000 square feet that will ultimately break up into other smaller theaters and rehearsal rooms and stuff like that. But in the meantime, we can socially distance people. We can have 25 audience members in here, and we're going to perform some concerts. So we're calling it our hybrid concert series. And we have one on November 7th. It's called Leading Ladies. We'll have 25 people in the audience and we'll stream it live that night. And of course, that link will also be available to purchase, for the next few months. And then we're going to do a holiday concert called December to Remember, because everybody knows this is a year that we will never forget. And then in February, we're also going to be producing a concert with a local rock star. Her name is Yolanda Raven, and she is developing a show called Neither One of Us, which is Gladys Knight's music. So Gladys Knight hymns. So it's going to be really fun.
Wow, that's fantastic. So one a month right now, all lined up, looking pretty solid.
Yeah.
I'm keenly interested in the December concert, as I'm very worried about the 2020 finale. So,
how's it going to come to an end?
Yes.
What's going to happen next? I mean, seriously, just when you think nothing else can happen, it just might.
It just might.
Yeah, I can't say goodbye to 2020 soon enough. I'm ready to, ring in the new year. But we just thought we would sort of give people something to celebrate. Obviously it's been a tricky year, but we're always looking for the rainbows, always looking for the silver linings, and wanting to, entertain people at a time where you're used to having holiday traditions. And
Mhm.
so we're hoping that we can continue our holiday concert tradition just in a slightly different way.
Well, I think that's great. Very much looking forward to it. And Lauren, I'm going to ask you to toot your own horn for a minute because you have quite a resume. But at the same time, you're a hometown girl.
That's right. I'm not quite as fancy as you, but I did spend about 23 years in New York. I performed on Broadway numerous times. I was in the original company of Sunset Boulevard starring Glenn Close.
Wow.
And I was also in the original company of a show called Sideshow, which was about Siamese twins. Didn't last very long, so not so fancy, but it was an amazing show, kind of a cult hit. And then I played Fantine in Les Mis on Broadway as well.
Wow.
And then I also starred as the Lady of the Lake in Spamalot, and I got to play opposite Hank Azaria and David Hyde Pierce and a lot of amazing other actors. I performed in London. I worked at the National Theater as Nellie Forbush in South Pacific. I toured the country in a number of shows, did off-Broadway. I was an actress, what I'm getting down to. And it wasn't until about 2009 where I had a huge, sort of 360 turn in my career and decided that I wanted to be on the other side of the table, so to speak. And I guess I just am power hungry. I just wanted to be in charge. What can I say?
Well, Lauren, that's the perfect example of the power of local. Local woman made good, did a huge career spanning the globe, but you brought it back to your hometown.
And I
Which
love
can't thank you
Raleigh.
enough.
Yeah, I love what you guys are doing with this broadcast because Raleigh is really where it's at. I say it all the time, not only in the sense of how it's grown, the incredible food restaurant scene, but the art scene is amazing. There are so many great companies here, from community theaters to college programs to professional theaters. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of culture. Sometimes I feel like people don't appreciate the arts enough, but this area, I do feel like we are very lucky to have people who do really understand its value for everyone, from not just aspiring actors, but also growing the audience and making sure they are seeing top quality performances. And I hope that Raleigh will be a city sort of like New York or Chicago or Seattle, where people can really live here, work here, make their career here, and don't have to leave Raleigh, because it's an amazing place to raise a family, live your life. There's so much work here in terms of the Triangle and the, with all the computer, high tech, medical, university, kind of opportunities. So
Mhm.
yeah, we want to give Raleigh the best, is just as much as it's given us. And I feel like I am a product of Raleigh. I always say, if it wasn't for this place and this city and the people who love the arts in this city, then I would have not done what I did.
I love you, Lauren. That's so great. You're the best.
Beautiful cheer. It's true though. I mean, it's actually
It's a
really
true
true.
sentiment. It touches my heart. I really do appreciate that. Jonathan and I are out promoting the power of local, and local arts is kind of a dual power. Not only it isn't running a business, right?
Yep.
You have to market, you have costs, you have income, you have to do that. And so it supports the power. You bring an economic benefit, you get better art and from locally when you're sourced. But you're also one of the things that make Raleigh such a great place to live, work, and play.
That's right.
So I can't thank you enough, Lauren. Before we go, would you share how Raleigh can get in touch with Theater Raleigh and buy
Well,
some of the tickets for these concerts?
100%. You can go to theaterraleigh.com, and it's spelled just like you see on the screen, THEATRE, like the concept, not the building. So theaterraleigh.com to check out all the things that we have going on, not only virtually, but some of the things we have coming up in person, like our concerts. And in our 2021 season, we have a great lineup of shows that we're still hoping that we'll be able to do. Whether they're in this theater or outside somewhere, we want to bring you awesome art. So check us out.
Thank you. Raleigh, I would like to remind you that there's no art like local art, and concert tickets make a fine holiday gift. If you're looking to provide your loved ones with a unique gift of art, then take a moment, check in with Lauren Kennedy Brady at Theater Raleigh. Lauren, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Robert. I had so much fun talking to you.
We hope to see you again. And Raleigh, remember, everything you need is where? Right here in your backyard. See you next time.